Hey everybody, welcome back to Cavanaugh's Corner. Today on the channel I'm going to be talking about a movie that came out a while back actually, but I wanted to review it because I picked it up on the recent Criterion sale from Barnes & Noble, and I recently reviewed The Elephant Man, which is another one of my favorite David Lynch films. As you can see, I have some, some t-shirts and stuff of his work as well. And I wanted to review this because I picked it up. It's a movie that I really enjoyed from years ago, but I never owned it. And on sale they had this film, and so I picked it up, and I was really, really blown away by this Blu-ray release. So I wanted to talk to you about it here, and this is Mulholland Drive with Naomi Watts, Laura Herring, Ann Miller, Dan Hedaya. I mean, this movie's got a ton of great actors and actresses in it. And this is David Lynch's kind of take on Hollywood, per se. Again, I'm very much open to all the different interpretations that people have of this film. This is, again, a very perplexing film. Lynch really does have his way of telling stories very mysteriously, and he's a very enigmatic director and writer, and I love his films because everybody has a different opinion on them, and whether you hate this film or you love it, I really love this film. It's probably one of my favorites of his, and I remember the first time seeing it, I just I almost couldn't function for the rest of the day. I was kind of a mess, and revisiting it again recently had the same effect on me. It's really a film that is very powerful. It really hits you. And the imagery in this film is shockingly stunning, much like Naomi Watts and Laura Herring. But again, this is a great film, and I'm really glad that I finally got this on this Criterion Blu-ray, because the film itself actually is sourced from a 4K digital intermediate, a total restoration done by director David Lynch, supervised by Lynch, I should say, and Peter Deming, the director of photography. So again, really, really great stuff here, and I bought it and I wanted to review it for you because I think this is actually a film that is very important, much like The Elephant Man, and this is my review of the audio and the visual qualities of this disc. So Mulholland Drive, again, this is just a standard 1080 Blu-ray. I'm going to open up the packaging here so you can see what it looks like. There's that mysterious blue key. Kind of opens up here. Has a really nice booklet inside with a bunch of different articles and interviews. And there's that cowboy and the disc itself. Again, really, really fantastic box here. Love the packaging of these Criterion films. They really are the best I've seen. And the movie itself, again, this movie looks incredible. And even though it's just a standard 1080 disc, I did watch this upscaled to 4K. And again, there's no HDR or anything on it, but the movie looks beautiful. I mean, this movie absolutely is fantastic. There is film grain in the film, and then this movie came out in 2001, but it was still shot on film, and I have to say the movie does look basically perfect. I had no issues with the visuals at all. The grain structure of the film is not extraordinarily heavy. It's very light, but it does really provide a lot of detail structure. Individual hairs on Naomi Watts' head, you can count them in certain scenes. I mean, it really is amazing. Some of the sets just look incredible. The colors are actually very vibrant. Even with no HDR, the movie looks almost perfect. I really like the detail level on this disc. It was actually something that really surprised me. Clothing, again, just the way everything looks in this film, it looks like, it's right there in front of you. And in terms of 1080 discs, this is one of the best ones that I've seen in a while. The Elephant Man being black and white, again, you don't get that kind of color structure. but with this you really get a really vibrant set of colors throughout. And as the movie goes on and things happen, again, I'm not going to spoil this film, but as things kind of unravel, the look of the film changes and it's visibly noticeable. And I love that. I absolutely love that. Little details that kind of hint at what may or may not be happening in the film really do jump out at you now. And I really love the fact that this new transfer can really help this movie, not only on an artistic level, but just even on a casual viewing level. This movie looks absolutely phenomenal now, and I loved it. It's a gorgeous looking movie. The other thing I want to talk about is the fact that this does also have a 5.1 DTS HD Master Audio soundtrack now, and the DTS HD on this is also really great. Music sounded fantastic. The atmospheric sounds that Lynch uses really is put to the test in this audio track, and I have to say they did a great job. That 5.1 track sounds fantastic. Would this movie benefit from an atmospheric track? Maybe. Maybe not. Again, I don't really know where you would get overheads from in this film, but the overall soundtrack really sounded great. Audio dialogue was wonderful. The music really is a showpiece in this film. The music is very ominous at times, and it really does lend to that mysterious factor of the film, and Angelo Badalamenti's music is just absolutely on show. It just really takes center stage at certain times, and I love that in the soundtrack. They did a great job with that audio track. The other thing I wanted to talk about too is that this movie does have a whole bunch of special features. There's a great interview with David Lynch and Naomi Watts, and she talks about how, you know, she was really down in the dumps before getting cast in this film, and how this movie really lent to her becoming the star that she is today. And I really, you know, hope to see her in more stuff as time goes on. She is a really great actress, and I've always loved her. And this movie is really a showcase for her to show off her stuff, and she is amazing. I mean, without her in this movie, I don't think this movie would be half as good. But she really is great, and has an incredible range in this film as well. But that interview is fantastic. There's a bunch of other interviews as well, even one with the composer. There's one that has a bunch of little snippets of interviews with Justin Theroux, who's also in the film. Again, really great stuff. I really enjoyed it, and again, this is a great set here. Really great set from Criterion. If you picked it up on the sale, you got a bargain. If you didn't, I highly recommend this disc. For a 1080 Blu-ray, this is yet again one of the best that I have in my collection. Criterion almost always knocks it out of the park, and this is another one here that I really enjoyed. Would I have liked to have a few more special features? Yeah, but again, the ones they included here are great, and I can't complain. I really can't complain. For 20 bucks, this was a steal. This was a great deal, and again, for David Lynch fanatics, this is kind of a must. This is a must-have in your set. I love this. So anyway, that's all for today for Cavanaugh's Corner. I want to say thank you so much for coming back to the channel. If you enjoyed this review, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe below. It really does help out this channel, helps us grow, and helps me bring more content to you. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, please stay safe and take it easy.